Hello and welcome back to another review with me, Kevin, from Kevin Grant on Whiskey. This week I've got another new bottle, unopened, so we're going to open it, first thoughts on it, see what it's all about. This is Murray McDavid. So Murray McDavid's an independent bottler. It's a single malt. It's a Croftengea, which is a heavily peated Loch Lomond, so the most kind of heavily peated Loch Lomond do. It used to be a single malt, but they primarily use it for the blends, just to give it a bit more life to their spirit. And it's been aged or finished in a Marsala finish barrique cask. No age to it. It's 44.5% ABV. It does tell me on the back that it is non-chill filtered. Sorry, it tells me natural colour, but nothing about filtration. So I suspect it's maybe been filtered slightly. We'll open it up, we'll get it in the glass because it's going to be peaty, I'm suspecting. And that Marsala finish, that barrique, is going to be in as well. It's going to be pretty cool. Because I always find with wine, sherry, cask types, I find go better personally with peaty whiskey. So let's see if we can get a good pop on this. Oh, it's a belter. A wee bit of cork there, it's fine. A nice healthy dram. So let's get to know this. Murray McDavid, independent bottler, founded about 1996, I think it was, by Mark Rainier. Mark Rainier, we know, that's kind of brought back Bruichladdich distillery. So they use the site of Colburn Distillery, which is Speyside. I think it's actually demolished now, or they've maybe still got some of the warehouses there to keep all their stock. So Murray McDavid keep it all there. Mark Rainier had that huge influence of wine prior to his life in whiskey. So he brings in all these amazing casks to use, and they've still been able to use that here at Murray McDavid. So this is brand new, the cask craft. I think they've got maybe 5, 6, I think it's actually 6 different whiskies. I can't remember them all. I think one's a Linkwood, one's a Manachmore, one's a Croftengea. And I can't remember what else, but it's all different kind of styles of finishes. So this one here is a Marsala wine barrique. That's why I've got a really kind of cool colour. So Marsala is a very sweet fortified wine from Sicily. So I'm expecting different flavours with it. I'm trying not to nose this just now, I want to get into it in a wee minute. But Marsala got, it's kind of controlled, so it's got the DOC, which I had to write down to try and pronounce it. It's pronounced, I'm going to absolutely butcher this, but we'll try anyway. The Denominazione di Origine Controllata, which is a DOC, which means it's only Marsala can be made in Marsala in Sicily. It can't be made anywhere else. It won't classify as that. So fortified, it's kind of like sherry. I think you can get dry sherries, sweet sherries. This is going to be similar, but I don't know what type this is. Croftengea Loch Lomond was, I think, again, around about 2000 is when that became the kind of malt, and then they brought it back because they just have 11 different styles at Loch Lomond Distillery to make Croftengea. I do enjoy. I've been able to try independent ones before, which I really like, but this is our heaviest peated from that distillery. Let's get this on the nose. We'll look at the back of the bottle. We'll talk about that in a minute as well. But let's get this on the nose, on the palate, and see what we've got. It's quite like a marmalade sweetness. Yeah, marmalade's my kind of go-to there. That kind of dry burnt wood coming through. So it's like they're fighting against each other there. You've got the marmalade, apricot, and that kind of dried out burnt wood that's just kind of still a little bit of smoke still kicking about on it. It's slightly, it smells quite heavy, quite deep. There's a kind of, what would I say, not meaty but gamey, slightly gamey, which I don't expect because of how Marsala is, of how sweet that can be and take over, but I think that's the peat just fighting against it. Right, let's try this on the palate. So you've got 44.5% ABV, natural colour, sludge. So the peat is more forefront on the palate here. Big hitting, light grassy notes, hay. It slightly dries off, and I suspect that's going to be more with the Marsala. So on the back, it gives us a little bit, it's quite good. So I'll see if I can zoom in for you, see if you can see that, and I'll read it. Hopefully that's zoomed in and focused. So it gives us a little bit, I quite like this. It's not too much information, it's not too little. It gives us the main bits. So it's got the single malt, the Croftengea, lets us know it's a Highland. It gives us a little bit of what that kind of typical style of Croftengea should taste like prior to, I suspect, going into the Marsala cask. The Marsala wine from Sicily, Italy, influence nutty dry fruit with mellow oak spice. I get the dryness. I don't get the nutty. The fruits, I'm just getting, as I say, marmalade from it, and I'm getting that kind of grassy, peaty loveliness on the palate from there. 44.5% ABV, non-age statement. All the whiskies in this, the Art of Maturation, I believe, are non-age statement as well. This was £34. All of them are £34. You might find them between 32 and I think maybe £38 at the top range. But there's a lot, and I think it's a really good way to get into trying different whiskies with different casks, or maybe more, just the different cask types that you can get out there. Marsala I've not had much with. I've had a couple, excuse me, I can't remember, I think it was on Isla, I got to try something, I actually think it was from Port Charlotte, and it was stunning. So I do like this. This just now, I think needs a little bit more time, because I've just poured it straight in the glass to open up and give me a bit more oomph to it. But gamey, marmalade. The softer kind of smoke on the nose, on the kind of burnt out fire with just a slight burning edge still going from the wood. Yeah, gamey, marmalade. Let's try it in the palate again. I think if this was, for instance, just say a standard Loch Lomond, non-peated Loch Lomond, it wouldn't be as good. I think the Marsala would completely overrun the kind of flavour of the whiskey itself. With this makeup, with the kind of heavily peat and the sweet, I think there's a really good balance there. It is missing something for me. I know it does say on their natural colour, there's nothing about non-chill filtered. I feel the way it goes down, it's losing a bit of kind of grip on the palate. Just a wee bit, and maybe it's been soft filtration or it has been filtered. I'm going to suspect it's been filtered because it's not an age statement. There's going to be a lot of it out there just to keep everything on par, looking the same. I like this. I think it's going to do better the way the bottle goes down. There is just something missing. It could be young. But I'll probably try the other ones as well. The Linkwood looks good. I think the Linkwood was a bourbon cask. I think there was the Manach More. I can't remember what cask type that was, but it's all these different kind of more quirky casks that you maybe don't try. So Murray McDavid, this kind of new label as well, new bottling. It's the same shape, I think, as our old bottles, but just a slightly updated label, which I like. And on the back, as I say, I think the amount of information on there is bang on. It's not too much, it's not too little. it gives you a good synopsis of the whiskey, where it came from both sides, from the cask to the Croftengea Loch Lomond. And as you know, I do love Loch Lomond as well. This has been good. I think it could be better, but that's just a personal thing. I like it, but it's not a jaw-dropping, stop me in my tracks whiskey. For £34, yeah, go for it. Go nuts. Try them all. Due course, I think I'll maybe pick another one up after payday again and just keep trying through the range just for the price to try quality cask whiskey. Especially this is a Marsala barrique, you know, so you're getting to try something a little bit different for good price. It's got most things that we want. It's got natural colour, yes. It's 44.5% ABV. Yes, I'd like it to be a bit higher. But for the price, I'm not going to grudge what I've paid for this. But we'll take away marmalade, soft smoke, gamey barbecue, grassy, hay, sweet, and peat. Everything's there that I do like in a whiskey. I just think it's not kind of embedded itself in the way my palate would want it, but I do enjoy it for the price. I'm going to sit back and enjoy this because I poured myself quite a big dram. I didn't appreciate how much I poured there. So I've got a big golf day tomorrow, so I'll have the 1 dram today. I'm up early. I'm playing Archerfield, which is about an hour and a half for me, I think. So I need to get up early and start my venture over there. Depends how I play. More of this could be drank tomorrow for a good result or a bad result, but I'll maybe have a wee dram once I get in tomorrow because I think it's going to be a wee bit cold. Again, thanks everyone for comments, thanks for liking, thanks for subscribing. It's absolutely massive to me. If you want weekly content, just hit that subscribe button and I'll be back next Friday. I'm going to go and sit back and finish my big dram because I was silly and poured too much. But as always, I've been Kevin from Kevin Get On Whiskey. Join me next week. Let's talk whiskey. Sludge.